A bit of a bonus video for you all. I've started like a career with Arsenal, but with a difference. It's I haven't saved it. Obviously, it auto saves it after matches, and you can go back to it. So let me just forward it to my next fixture, which is Southampton away. Oh, got a transfer offer here for Gabriel. Whatever his name is, but from Red Bull Leipzig. I'll just sort this out a second then. Oh, bloody hell. Well, you just say it when you get that feeling in your jaw after you've had a drink. It just makes you like go. Ugh. Anyways, 40 million Red Bull. Funny enough, that's what I'm drinking. Red Bull. 40 million and you've got yourself a deal. Right, nope. So, make that 35. Then you've got yourself a deal. Only 3 million more than his market value. Fine, 33. Get him told Mikel Arteta. Well, I can go suck a fish. Not the right guy, mate. You're doing great, even though you've just almost sold. But you will be sold eventually. Now I'll try to get to the Southampton game. Right, so we'll start with the standings. As you can see, I'm top at the table with Arsenal. 5 wins from 5. Chelsea second, Newcastle third, Manchester City fourth. Almost a spitting image of the table in real life, except Chelsea. See how my beloved Leeds United are doing. Down there in 16th. 1 win, 4 losses. That is one thing I will help though. And do. And that's every time I play Leeds, I will make Arsenal lose just to help Leeds out. Especially in the league. Cups, I'm still debating whether to do that yet. So anyways, talking of cups, and we'll go to Carabao Cup. Even though the FA Cup hasn't started yet. Well, actually no, we will actually. You might have just seen spoilers there for it. So, if we go to other leagues, and we'll go straight to Football League 2. And this is where you will see the difference. There's MLS teams in there. I've swapped some of them around. So, at the moment, Chicago Fire are joint top with FC Dallas. With Vancouver Whitecaps also in the playoffs. With LA Galaxy, New York Red Bulls and Stockport in the playoffs. And as you can see, I've also added AFC Richmond. So Toronto's just outside in 8th. Minnesota United 9th. Bradford City 10th. Sporting Kansas City 11th. Colorado Rapids 12th. Nashville 13th. Doncaster 14th. Club Football Montreal 15th. Harrogate Town 16th. San Jose Earthquakes 17th. Charlotte FC 18th. Barrow 19th. Seattle Sounders 20th. They were actually top at one point near to start. They've fallen down rapidly. New England Revolution 21st, which I ain't happy about because that's the team I closely follow in the MLS. Just because I support the New England Patriots in the NFL, so got to follow the New England trend. Hartlepool 22nd. Sutton United 23rd. Grimsby Town 24th. So with that one, we'll go to Football League 1. So at the moment, New York City FC are top, with Portland Timbers second. And in the playoffs, we have Philadelphia Union, DC United, Columbus Crew, and Sheffield Wednesday. And below them is Bolton Wanderers, Barnsley, Austin FC, Los Angeles FC, Charlton Athletic, Exeter City, Plymouth Argyle, Derby County, Real Salt Lake, Inter Miami, Lincoln City, Atlanta United, Fleetwood Town, Houston Dynamo, and in the relegation zone we have Cambridge United, Ipswich Town, Orlando City, and FC Cincinnati. Obviously, I've kept some teams in. Cambridge are the lucky ones to survive from what I've been doing. So now we will go to the Championship. And on top of the Championship is Middlesbrough. In second is Rangers. Of course, from Scotland. So, of course, I've got some. In this one, I have got some of the Scottish teams. And as you can see down there in 8th, I've got Western Sydney Wanderers, which of course is Australian. So in the playoffs in the Championship, we have Blackpool, Norwich City, Sheffield United, and Celtic. Then we have Birmingham City, then Western Sydney Wanderers, Brisbane Roar, Kaiser Chiefs from South Africa, Rotherham United, Hull City, Orlando Pirates, also of South Africa, Adelaide United from Australia, Sydney FC Australia, Swansea City, Melbourne City Australia, Mamelodi Sundowns from South Africa, Cardiff City, Melbourne Victory of Australia, Perth Glory of Australia, and in the relegation zone we have Wrexham, Sunderland and Huddersfield. So yeah, some English teams I've kept in for like Derby, so as you can see with Cardiff, Swansea, and with me being a Yorkshire lad, I've kept the Yorkshire teams in. And like I said before, Cambridge, I didn't notice I kept in until after I started the season, but I can't be bothered going back and redoing it all over again, so I've kept them in. So with that, we will go to the Australian League, and in there we have some of the English and Scottish and Irish teams. So Bristol City top. Well, the season hasn't started yet, so it'll be in alphabetical order. So Bristol City, Burnley, Dundee United, Finn Harps, Luton Town, Motherwell, Preston and St Johnstone. Now bear with me a moment. Yes, you can probably see a Thomas the Tank Engine cushion there. That's from when I was young. I've had that since a child. Controller, packaging. Right, that's that on charge. Right. Let me just sit back now. Sorry about that, guys. So underneath St Johnstone we have St Mirren, Watford, West Brom and Wigan Athletic. Now the next league we will check, well what I'll actually double check as well, is the Irish one. Because in this one we have Hearts, Aberdeen, Hibernian, Shamrock Rovers, Livingston, Sligo Rovers, Derry City, Ross County, Drogheda United, Shelbourne and Shelbourne. So with that one, we will now go to the Senior Premiership, which is the Scottish League. And in that one we have Western United, Blackburn Rovers, St Pat's, Dundalk, QPR, Wellington Phoenix, Bohemian FC, Newcastle Jets, MacArthur FC, Central Coast, UCD AFC, and Kilmarnock at the bottom. So of course I've kept Kilmarnock in that league, but they can't even challenge in their own. So next we have the MLS, even though we have the MLS teams in the English leagues. So at the top we have Peterborough, Mansfield Town, Shrewsbury, Portsmouth, Wycombe Wanderers, Walsall, Oxford United, Crawley Town, Swindon Town, Northampton Town, Gillingham, Newport County, Burton Albion, Port Vale, Leyton Orient, MK Dons, Cheltenham Town, Colchester United, Salford City, Forest Green Rovers, Rochdale, Accrington Stanley, who are they? Crewe Alexandra, Stevenage, Bristol Rovers, Tranmere Rovers, Morecambe, and last but not least, Carlisle United. So yeah, as you can see, I've mixed up the leagues in that, just to a bit of fun. So with that, we will go back to the standings, and I will show you the next part. Did I show you who's bottom at Premier League? Well, in relegation, so Fulham, Brentford and Wolves. So we will now go to the Carabao Cup, which you would have seen earlier in the video. We'll go back to round 2. And we've had a few results in it already, because I've now come into it. So, New York City FC 1, New York Red Bulls 2, Seattle Sounders 2, Inter Miami 2. Seattle Sounders win 4-3 on penalties. Harrogate Town 1, Philadelphia Union 1. Harrogate Town win 4-3 on penalties. Rotherham United 0, Celtic 2. Adelaide United 1, Fleetwood Town 0. Vancouver Whitecaps 0, Austin FC 1. Sydney FC 2, Blackpool 1. Norwich City 1, Toronto FC 1. Norwich City win 5-4 on penalties. So, I've got a glimpse of the other rounds there. Atlantic United 2, Orlando Pirates 0. Huddersfield Town 3, Hartlepool United 1. Kaiser Chiefs 1, Derby County 2. Perth Glory 0, Grimsby Town 1. Brisbane Roar 0, Sporting Kansas City 3. Columbus Crew 2, New England Revolution 0. Nashville 2, Sheffield Wednesday 2. Sheffield Wednesday win 5-4 on penalties. Bradford City 0, Charlotte FC 0. Bradford City win 4-3 on penalties. Lincoln City 1, Houston Dynamo 2. Cambridge United 1, Los Angeles FC 3, or LAFC for short. Bolton Wanderers 2, Wrexham 1. Melbourne City 1, Swansea City 2. Exeter City 1, Barrow 1. Barrow win 4-3 on penalties. Club Football Montreal 0, Plymouth Argyle 0. Club Football Montreal win 4-3 on penalties. Birmingham City 1, Barnsley 1. Birmingham City win 4-3 on penalties. Sutton United 1, FC Dallas 1. Sutton United win 4-3 on penalties. That just seems like I were repeating myself over and over. San Jose Earthquakes 0, Chicago Fire 1. Sheffield United 2, Doncaster Rovers 2. Doncaster Rovers win 5-4 on penalties. Cardiff City 0, Rangers 0. Cardiff City win 4-3 on penalties. DC United 1, Minnesota United 2. Melbourne Victory 2, Real Salt Lake 0. AFC Richmond 3, Orlando City 1. Portland Timbers 2, Colorado Rapids 1. Stockport County 2, Western Sydney Wanderers 2. Stockport County win 4-3 on penalties. Last but not least from round 1, Sunderland 1, Middlesbrough 2. And that is why I kept them teams in it, because obviously it's a derby up in that part of the UK. Mamelodi Sundowns 1, FC Cincinnati 2. Hull City 0, Ipswich Town 1. LA Galaxy 1, Charlton Athletic 1. LA Galaxy win 4-3 on 5-4 on penalties, So we'll go into round 2. So we've got Adelaide United 1, Stockport County 0. Ipswich Town 1, Sydney FC 0. Bolton Wanderers 1, Grimsby Town 1. Bolton Wanderers win 4-3 on penalties. Sporting Kansas City 1, Houston Dynamo 2. LA Galaxy 0, Fulham 1. Doncaster Rovers 1, Melbourne Victory 3. Atlanta United 2, Norwich City 1. Club Football Montreal 0, Sutton United 2. Newcastle United 1, Seattle Sounders 2. New York Red Bulls 1, Huddersfield Town 1. New York Red Bulls win 5-4 on penalties. LAFC 1, Celtic 3. Birmingham City 2, AFC Richmond 2. Birmingham City win 4-3 on penalties. Now this one I ain't happy with. Leeds United 1, FC Cincinnati 2. Barrow 2, Wolves 2. Wolves win 4-3 on penalties. Brentford 2, Nottingham Forest 0. Bradford City 1, Harrogate Town 1. Harrogate Town win 4-3 on penalties. Middlesbrough 3, Swansea City 1. Minnesota United 2, Derby County 1. Aston Villa 3, Portland Timbers 1. Chicago Fire 0, Sheffield Wednesday 1. Southampton 0, Columbus Crew 1. Everton 3, Crystal Palace 1. But AFC Bournemouth 0, Brighton Hove Albion 3. Cardiff City 1, Austin FC 0. So here we go for round 3. Cardiff City 1, Middlesbrough 3. Seattle Sounders 0, Manchester United 4. Wolves 1, Birmingham City 1. Wolves win 5-4 on penalties. Fulham 2, Aston Villa 3. Leicester City 0, Houston Dynamo 1. New York Red Bulls 1, Sheffield Wednesday 1. New York Red Bulls win 5-4 on penalties. Everton 2, Melbourne Victory 3. Sutton United 0, Bolton Wanderers 1. Celtic 3, Harrogate Town 1. Manchester City 1, Arsenal 5. Liverpool 4, FC Cincinnati 0. West Ham United 3, Brentford 1. Atlanta United 1, Columbus Crew 2. Brighton Hove Albion 1, Adelaide United 0. Chelsea 2, Ipswich 1. And Tottenham Hotspur 2, Minnesota United 0. So for the round 4 fixtures, we have Manchester United versus West Ham, Arsenal versus New York Red Bulls. So I've got my first American team to face. Columbus Crew versus Houston Dynamo. Aston Villa versus Tottenham Hotspur. Middlesbrough versus Liverpool. Brighton versus Celtic. Chelsea versus Bolton Wanderers. And Wolverhampton Wanderers versus Melbourne Victory. So, with that, we'll have a cheeky glance as well at the FA Cup fixtures for you. Might as well. So in round 1 we have Seattle Sounders versus Colorado Rapids. San Jose Earthquakes versus Barrow. Charlotte FC versus Bradford City. A repeat of the Carabao Cup one. Hartlepool United versus Nashville. Sutton United versus Chicago Fire. AFC Richmond versus Sporting Kansas City. Toronto FC versus New York Red Bulls. And New England Revolution versus LA Galaxy. So yeah, it's a bit of a career, but with a twist. So, I hope you enjoyed this bonus video. Oh, that's another thing we might as well do, add to it, is the transfers. So these are the transfers I've done with Arsenal in this season. So, I've sold Joseph Akpan to Mansfield Town. Thomas Partey has been sold to Liverpool. I've signed Calvin Phillips from Manchester City. I've sold Granit Xhaka to Roma. I've sold Tomiyasu to Liverpool. I've signed some of these, I'm a creative players. So I've signed Joseph Hardesty, who is one of my creative players, from Manchester United. I've signed Jordan Betteridge from Newcastle United. I've signed Gareth Bale from LAFC, which might be a bit controversial with his Tottenham routes, but is an Arsenal player now. I've sold Tim Akinola to Western Sydney Wanderers. Mohamed El Neni has been sold to Lille in France. I've signed Kieran Trippier from Newcastle United. I've sold Hector Bellerin to Real Sociedad. I've signed The Wanted from Chelsea, which is a creative player. I've signed Robert T.W. Charlton from Liverpool. T.W. standing for The Wanted. He's a creative player as well. I've also signed Robert L.M. Charlton from Rangers. The L.M. stands for Little Mix. I've signed Jack Fletcher from Bradford City, which is another creative player. Harry Foster from Leeds United to Arsenal. another signing. I've sold Nicolas Pepe to Roma. I've sold Omar Rekic to Al Wida, if that's how you pronounce it correctly. I've sold Brook Norton-Cuffy to Barcelona, which is a good move for him for his young age. Hope he does well. I've signed Andre Belotti from a free agent. I've sold Pablo Mari to Hellas Verona. William Saliba to West Ham. I've signed Lucas Hernandez from Bayern Munich. I've sold Cedric to Real Sociedad. I've sold Ryan Alibiusu, if that's how you pronounce it properly, to Western Sydney Wanderers. I've loaned out Hugo Moreira to Accrington Stanley. I've signed myself, Robert Charlton, of course, from Leeds United. I've signed Lionel Messi from PSG for Arsenal. I've also signed Cristiano Ronaldo for Arsenal from Manchester United. And I've also signed someone called Adam Rooney from a free agent. So yeah, they're all the transactions with them so far. Some shock, some weird, some downright bizarre. Let's have a look at this, see if Rafinha's gone to Red Bull Leipzig from PSG. Alex Iwobi's gone to Stuttgart from Everton. Raul Jimenez has gone to Manchester United from Wolves. Any more shocks? Oliver Skipper's gone to Crystal Palace on loan. Luke Shaw's left Manchester United for Napoli. Liam Delap has left Manchester City for Bayern Munich. There's Akpan, of course. Seamus Coleman's gone to FC Cologne from Everton. Kenneth Taylor. I might probably put him as a, what you call it, on my shortlist on my Leeds career. One what actually means something. Charlie Taylor has gone to Getafe from Burnley, former Leeds United player. Chris Basham has gone to Girona from Sheffield United. Alexis Vega's gone to Marseille. If anyone starts a career on FIFA, that Vega is a decent signing. I fully recommend it. There's Thomas Partey. And that's it. Some of the free agents. Clean Heasler. Gone to FC Utrecht. So yeah. Whee! Up we go. So yeah. There's this crazy. That's the crazy Arsenal season. Right. So the squad then. In goal we have Aaron Ramsdale. Back four we have Kieran Trippier, Ben White, Lucas Hernandez, Kieran Tierney. Middle four of Lionel Messi, the captain, Calvin Phillips, Martin Odegaard, Gabriel Martinelli, with Cristiano Ronaldo and Robert Charlton up front. My substitutes are Matt Turner, Zinchenko, Holding, Saka, Vieira, Jesus and Belotti. Free agents, I've got Renarson, Okonkwo, if that's how you pronounce it, Hardesty, Maitland-Niles, Betteridge, Gabriel, Trusty, Clark, Ogungbo, Akpan, which of course he'll leave in January, Tavares, Marquinhos, Partey, Sambi Lokonga, Charlie Patino, Matthew Smith, Aziz, Olayinka, Rooney, Thomas, Smith Rowe, Flores, Bale, Nelson, Foster and Nketiah, Balogun, T.W. Charlton, John Jules, Beref, Fletcher, L.M. Charlton, and last but not least, the Wanted. Which I'll probably give Gareth Bale his debut in this match against his former club, Southampton. So, let's stick. There he is. Only downside as well, I'll be taking Saka out. Well, I'll keep on for the first half, see how well they do. And then I'll end the video there. Because I'm probably just going on and on and on now, and I'm boring you all. But a lovely, nice 25-minute video for you. I'll probably be half an hour by the time it's finished. So, Arsenal get us on the way. Just said that, commentator. Yep. Just turn my lamp on. Bale's got the number 50 shirt. And that's not a good start. Southampton take the lead through Joe Aribo, a former Rangers player. Fabulous! So games like this I will win, but like I've stated before earlier in the video, the only games I will lose in the league is against Leeds. Cup games I may think about. Because obviously it's nice to win cups, but if you don't win them, you don't win them. They come Arsenal with a chance and it's just fired wide. Should have been 1-1. But deep down Lionel Messi's carrying on there. If you'd started me, we'll be winning this. Into Calvin Phillips. Nice turn from him, but he's giving it away, trying to find Bale, but he's won it back. Gives it to Ronaldo, Odegaard, Charlton, blocked. Could Arsenal find an equaliser before half time? Into Gareth Bale. Oh, and he's offside. I wonder what sort of reception he would have got in real life if he made this move. Well, obviously he's retired now, but I wonder what the reaction would be. Probably the same reaction Carlos Tevez got when he left Manchester United to go to Manchester City. Charlton. Odegaard is giving it away, and that is going to be that for the first half. But can Southampton make it too? They have done. Icardi just makes my job even more difficult. Cheers, Arsenal. And there we have it. 2-0 at half time. So it'll be time for me to join the match and make the comeback. So anyways, thank you very much for watching this video. I know it's been a weird one, full of surprises and weirdness, but I hope you've enjoyed it nonetheless. A bit of a spontaneous one. So without further ado, please like and subscribe. Please leave a comment if you may wish. Help me get the subscribers up a bit more and get this page, whatever you call it, out there. And I shall see you in the next video, whether it'll be FIFA, rugby, which it probably may be rugby because Rhinos are at home this upcoming Friday against Salford Red Devils. But we shall see. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you in the next video. Bye-zy-byes!